The war had lasted 12 years. No one remembered what silence sounded like anymore. Not real silence. The kind without distant explosions. Without the hum of alien engines slicing through the sky. Without the low, constant fear that lived in your chest like a second heartbeat. Just silence. That had been the first thing the Virile took from humanity. Rain fell in thin, endless sheets over the ruins of the city. Once, this place had been loud with life. Crowded streets, late-night food stalls, laughter echoing between buildings that touched the sky. Now, Lahore's outskirts were nothing but broken concrete and hollow shells. Buildings leaned like exhausted giants, their windows dark, their bones exposed. The air smelled of wet dust and something faintly metallic. War had a scent, and it never left. Ayan Malik moved quietly through the wreckage, his boots splashing softly in shallow puddles. A torn scarf covered his mouth, more out of habit than protection. His backpack hung loosely on his shoulders, nearly empty. That was bad. Empty meant risk. Risk meant going deeper into places no one wanted to go. He paused at the corner of a collapsed street, pressing himself against a cracked wall. His eyes scanned the horizon out of instinct. Nothing. No patrol drones. No distant glow of Virile ships. Just rain. Good, he muttered under his breath. Ayan slipped into what used to be a convenience store. The front had been blown open, shelves overturned, glass crunching underfoot. He moved quickly, practiced. Drawers, counters, hidden compartments. Most of it had already been scavenged months ago. But sometimes you got lucky. He found a sealed can behind a fallen shelf. Ayan stared at it for a moment, almost not believing it was real. Still intact, he whispered. He slipped it into his bag carefully, like it might disappear if he moved too fast. One meal, maybe two, if he stretched it. A distant rumble echoed across the sky. Ayan froze. Not thunder. He knew the difference. Slowly, he stepped back outside, eyes lifting toward the gray clouds. For a second, nothing. Then, a faint streak of light cut across the sky. Silent, fast, and wrong. Ayan's stomach dropped. Virile, he breathed. The streak vanished beyond the far ruins. A crash followed seconds later, dull, heavy, like something massive tearing through concrete. Ayan stood there, rain dripping from his hair, heart pounding. He should go the other way. That's what anyone with sense would do. Crash sites meant attention. Attention meant death. But crash sites also meant something else. Supplies. Ayan exhaled slowly, running a hand over his face. Just a look, he muttered. Quick, in and out. The lie felt thin even as he said it. The closer he got, the worse the air smelled. Burned metal, ionized dust. That strange, sterile scent all Virile technology carried. Too clean, too artificial, like it didn't belong in the world. The ship had carved a path through 3 buildings before coming to rest, or what was left of it. Ayan crouched behind a pile of rubble, studying it carefully. The hull was smooth and silver, even now, unnaturally intact in places where human machines would have been shredded. But a jagged tear split its side open, exposing a dark interior flickering with dying lights. Smoke hissed quietly into the rain. No movement. Ayan waited, counted his breaths, listened. Still nothing. Okay, he whispered. He moved. Each step felt louder than it should have. Closer, closer. Then, a sound. Ayan froze. It came from beneath the wreckage. Soft, barely there. A breath. His grip tightened around the rusted metal pipe at his hand. Slowly, carefully, he circled the broken hull, eyes scanning every shadow. There, pinned beneath a slab of twisted alloy, was a figure. Tall, thin, unnatural, a Virile. Up close, it was worse than anything he'd imagined. Its body shimmered faintly, like light trapped beneath glass. Its limbs were long, too precise, too perfect. A cracked visor covered its face, fractured lines running across its surface. And its chest rose and fell, alive. Ayan's pulse roared in his ears. This was it. This was what they looked like. The things that had burned cities. The things that had erased entire armies, without hesitation. The enemy. The pipe in his hand felt heavier. End it. The thought came instantly. Clean. Simple. Final. It wouldn't even fight back. Ion stepped closer, raised the pipe. Rain dripped from its edge. The alien shifted. A faint, broken sound escaped it. Not a word, not a cry, just something raw and strained. Ion hesitated. The viral's hand twitched. Slowly, weakly, reaching out. Not for a weapon, not to attack. Just reaching. Ion's breath caught. For a moment, everything else disappeared. The war, the ruins, the years of fear and loss. All of it faded beneath one simple, undeniable truth. This thing, this enemy, wasn't fighting. It was dying. Why? Ion whispered, though he didn't know who he was asking. His grip loosened. The pipe slipped from his fingers, clattering softly against the wet ground. The alien's hand fell back. Still, Ion stood there, rain pouring over him, heart pounding against his ribs. He could still walk away. No one would know. No one would blame him. But his feet didn't move. Instead, he knelt. "You're not supposed to look like this," he murmured, staring at the fragile, broken figure beneath the wreckage. Slowly, carefully, Ion reached out, and everything changed. The metal wouldn't budge. Ion gritted his teeth, boots slipping in the mud as he pushed against the twisted slab, pinning the alien down. Rain soaked his clothes, ran into his eyes, made everything heavier. "Come on," he muttered, straining harder. The slab shifted just slightly. Not enough. He stepped back, chest heaving. This was insane. Absolutely insane. "Leave." The voice in his head was sharp now. Clear. "It's the enemy. It killed your people. It would kill you." Ion looked down at the viral. It hadn't moved again. Its body lay unnaturally still, faint pulses of dim light flickering beneath its skin like a failing signal. The cracked visor reflected the gray sky, hiding whatever expression, if any, lay beneath. "Finish it." His gaze flicked to the pipe lying a few feet away. It would be easy. One strike. No risk. No consequences. Ion took a step toward it. Stopped. The alien made a sound, barely audible. A thin, broken exhale. Ion froze. His jaw tightened. "Damn it," he whispered. He turned back. "Fine. Fine," he snapped, as if arguing with someone who wasn't there. Just don't die before I move this thing." He braced himself again. This time, he didn't think. Didn't hesitate. He just pushed. Muscle screamed. Hands slipped. For a second, nothing happened. Then, the slab shifted. Ion let out a strange shout as he forced it further. Just enough space opening beneath it. "Move," he hissed, though he knew the alien couldn't. He dropped to his knees, grabbing the viral's arm. It was lighter than he expected. Fragile. Carefully, he pulled. The alien slid free with a soft, scraping sound, collapsing onto the wet ground beside him. Ion fell back, breathing hard. "There," he said under his breath. "You're out." The viral didn't respond. For a moment, Ion just sat there, rain pouring over both of them. He waited, half expecting it to suddenly move, attack, prove every fear right. But it didn't. Slowly, he leaned closer. Up close, the damage was worse than he thought. Fractures ran along its limbs, thin cracks where faint light leaked out like something inside it was breaking apart. Its breathing was uneven, shallow, almost mechanical. "You're dying," Ion murmured. The words felt strange. Wrong. This wasn't supposed to matter. He glanced around quickly. Still no movement. Still no ships overhead. Time was running out. Ion hesitated for one last second. Then he shrugged off his backpack. "I don't even know if this works on you," he said, pulling out a small cloth bundle. Inside, basic supplies. Bandages. A half-empty bottle of disinfectant. Human things. Useless, probably, but it's all I've got. He tore a strip of cloth, hands moving quickly out of habit. Then he paused. "Don't attack me," he added quietly. "I'm serious. I will regret this immediately." No response. Ion leaned in. Slowly, carefully. He pressed the cloth against one of the glowing fractures. The alien jerked. Ion flinched back, heart racing. Hey, easy," he said quickly, raising his hands. For a second, he thought that was it, that the creature would lash out, that instinct would take over. But instead, the viral's movement stilled. Its hand lifted. Slow, unsteady. Ion tensed. The long, delicate fingers closed around his wrist. Everything in him went rigid. This is it. His breath caught. His pulse thundered. The grip tightened. Just slightly. Not enough to hurt. Not enough to restrain. Just there. Ion stared at it. "What are you doing?" he whispered. The alien didn't answer, but it didn't attack either. Its grip loosened. Fingers slipping slightly, as if it didn't have the strength to hold on. Ion swallowed. "Right," he said quietly. "You're not exactly in fighting shape." He let out a shaky breath. Then, slowly, he pulled his hand free. The alien didn't resist. Something shifted in Ion's chest. Something he didn't have a word for. "Okay," he murmured. "Okay, we're doing this." He worked quickly after that, cleaning what he could, wrapping what made sense, ignoring the fact that none of this should logically help. But the light beneath the alien's skin, it steadied. Just a little. Ion noticed. And for some reason, that mattered. Minutes passed. Maybe more. Time blurred beneath the sound of rain. When he finished, he sat back, staring at the strange being in front of him. "You're going to get me killed," he said flatly. No response. "Yeah, thought so." Ion ran a hand through his wet hair, looking around again. Still no movement. Still no sign of anyone else. But that wouldn't last. "They'll come looking," he said quietly. "For the crash. For you." The alien didn't move. Didn't react. Ion exhaled slowly. He could still leave. Even now. Walk away. Forget this ever happened. Instead, he leaned forward. "Can you stand?" he asked. Silence. "I'll take that as a no." Ion hesitated. Then carefully, he slipped an arm beneath the alien's shoulders. "Don't make me regret this," he muttered. He lifted. The viril's body was light. Too light. Like it wasn't meant to carry weight the way humans did. Ion adjusted his grip, pulling it closer. For a brief second, the alien's head tilted slightly, resting, just barely, against his shoulder. Ion froze. "Yeah, don't get comfortable," he said quickly. "This is temporary." But he didn't push it away. Step by step, through rain and ruin, Ion carried the enemy to safety. And somewhere far above, unseen, unheard, something changed. The basement was never meant to shelter life. It was cold, damp, forgotten. Ion preferred it that way. Above them, the world still belonged to war. Down here, it was just two survivors pretending they weren't enemies. Ion woke to silence. Not the usual kind. Not the distant rumble of collapsing structures or the faint hum of alien patrols. This silence was different. He opened his eyes slowly. Something was wrong. The glow was gone. Ion shot upright, his hand instantly reaching for the pipe beside him. "Hey!" The alien was standing. For a split second, Ion's mind refused to process it. The creature that had been barely breathing 2 days ago now stood in the center of the basement, tall, still, almost composed. Its body no longer flickered with unstable light. The fractures had sealed, leaving only faint, barely visible lines beneath its smooth, glass-like skin. It looked whole, complete, dangerous. Ion was on his feet in an instant. The pipe raised. "Don't move." The words came out sharper than he intended. Fear had a way of doing that. The alien didn't react. It didn't step forward. Didn't reach for anything. It just looked at him. "Say something." Ion snapped. A pause. Then, "I am functional." The voice was clearer now. Still unnatural. Still slightly broken. But no longer weak. Ion tightened his grip. "Good for you. Now what?" The alien tilted its head slightly. That same strange, almost curious motion. "You exhibit defensive posture." Ion let out a dry, humorless laugh. "No kidding." His eyes didn't leave it. Not for a second. "You're healed," he said. "That means you don't need me anymore." A beat of silence. "Correct." The word landed harder than expected. Ion nodded once. "Then go." The alien didn't move. Ion frowned. "I said go." Still nothing. The air shifted. Heavy. Uncertain. "Why do you remain?" the alien asked. Ion blinked. "What?" "You have not terminated me. You have not abandoned me." Ion's jaw tightened. "Yeah, and I'm starting to question both decisions." The alien processed that. Silent. "You contradict survival logic." Ion exhaled sharply. Yeah. Well, your kind contradicts existence, so I guess we're even. Silence. Then, the alien took a step forward. Ion reacted instantly, raising the pipe higher. Don't. The alien stopped. Immediately. Not out of fear. Not out of hesitation. Out of compliance. Ion noticed. And that made it worse. I am not engaging hostility, the alien said. Good, Ion shot back. Let's keep it that way. Another pause. You sustained me. It continued. Despite classification enemy. Ion shook his head slightly. I didn't do it for your classification. Then why? The question again. Persistent. Unavoidable. Ion looked away. Ran a hand over his face. Because you were alone, he said quietly. The word surprised even him. The alien didn't respond. That is not strategic. Ion laughed under his breath. No, it's not. He looked back at it. But not everything we do is about strategy. The alien stood still. Processing. Learning. Ion could almost see it happening. That was new. Your actions introduce unknown variables, the alien said slowly. Ion smirked faintly. Yeah, humans tend to do that. Silence settled between them again. But it wasn't as tense this time. Not as sharp. You will return to your forces, Ion said after a moment. Affirmative. You'll keep fighting. A pause. That is the directive. Ion nodded slowly. And if they find out you were here? The alien didn't answer immediately. Outcome, termination. Ion huffed. Figures. Another silence. Then, your species designation? The alien asked. Ion blinked. You mean my name? Affirmative. He hesitated. Just for a second. Ion. The alien repeated it slowly. Ion. Something about the way it said it. Felt different. Not like a label. Not like data. Like it mattered. Ion shifted slightly. And you. Designation is not compatible. Yeah, you said that. He thought for a moment. Then I'll give you one. The alien watched him. You didn't die when you should have. Ion said. You're still here. He nodded once. Lucky. A pause. Lucky. The alien repeated. Ion gave a small shrug. Don't overthink it. Silence again. But this time, it felt different. Less like two enemies. More like something undefined. Above them, distant thunder rolled across the sky. Or maybe it wasn't thunder. Ion glanced upward, then back at Lucky. You should go soon, he said quietly. Yes. But neither of them moved. Not yet, because something had changed. And neither of them fully understood what it meant. Not yet. But the war, far above them, was already beginning to feel it. The sky had been restless all morning. Ion noticed at the moment he stepped outside. Too quiet. No distant patrol hum. No streaks of light cutting through the clouds. No sudden bursts of fire in the horizon. Just stillness. It felt wrong. Like the world was holding its breath. Ion stood in the broken doorway of the building, eyes scanning the gray sky. Something's off, he muttered. Behind him, in the shadowed basement entrance, Lucky stood, silent, watching. Your forces? Ion asked without turning. A pause. Present. Ion frowned slightly. Doesn't feel like it. He stepped out into the open, boots crunching over debris. The wind carried nothing but dust and the faint scent of rain. Usually by now, something's exploding, he added dryly. Lucky moved closer, stopping just behind him. They are observing. Ion glanced back. Observing what? Lucky didn't answer. That was answer enough. Ion's chest tightened. Me. Silence. Us. Lucky's gaze shifted slightly upward. Yes. Ion let out a slow breath. Great. He ran a hand through his hair, pacing slightly. So what? They saw the crash. Tracked you? And now they're watching to see if I finished the job. Negative. Ion stopped. Then what? Lucky stepped forward, for the first time since healing. It moved with purpose. I transmitted. Ion's stomach dropped. You what? Lucky didn't look at him. I reported survival. And anomaly. Ion stared. Anomaly. Lucky finally turned toward him. You. Silence hit like a shockwave. Ion blinked. Me. Your action contradicts all viral conflict models. Enemy entities do not preserve opposing life forms. Ion let out a breathless laugh. Yeah, well, welcome to humans. But Lucky didn't react. Your behavior required analysis. Ion's chest tightened. So you told them? Yes. Ion stepped back slightly. Not fear. Not exactly. Something else. And now what? He asked quietly. Lucky's gaze didn't waver. They are deciding. The words hung in the air. Heavy. Uncertain. Ion looked up at the sky again. For the first time. He noticed it. Shapes. Faint. Massive. Ships. Dozens of them. Hovering high above the clouds. Barely visible through the gray. That's not deciding. Ion said slowly. That's preparing. Lucky didn't respond. Ion's pulse began to rise. You said they're observing. Yes. Then why bring that many ships? Silence. Ion let out a sharp breath. Right. Worst case scenario. Got it. He turned away, pacing faster now. Okay. So they saw you survive. They saw me help you. And now they're deciding if I'm what? A threat? A mistake? Something to erase? Possibility. Ion stopped. And you, he asked. Lucky didn't answer immediately. I am also under evaluation. Ion blinked. They might kill you too. If deemed compromised. Ion let out a short, bitter laugh. Unbelievable. He looked back up at the sky. At the shapes waiting above them. So what now? He asked quietly. Lucky stepped closer. I do not know. That was the first time it had said that. I do not know. Ion felt something shift in his chest. Yeah, he murmured. Me neither. The wind picked up slightly, carrying a low, distant hum. The ships were moving. Not attacking. Just repositioning. Ion's heart pounded. This is it, he whispered. This is where they decide. Lucky stood beside him. Still. Unmoving. Your action introduced uncertainty. It said. Ion glanced at it. That a bad thing? For war, yes. Ion exhaled slowly. Good. The hum grew louder. The clouds above began to shift. Then, every sound stopped. Completely. No wind. No movement. No distant echoes. Just silence. Ion's breath caught. What the hell? Then, the sky lit up. Not with fire. Not with destruction. With signals. Lines of light spread across the clouds, forming patterns, vast, impossible shapes that stretched across the horizon. And suddenly, every device Ion had ever seen, dead or alive, sparked. A broken screen flickered in a nearby ruin. A rusted radio crackled to life. Even the small, half-dead communicator in Ion's pocket buzzed violently. Incoming transmission, Lucky said quietly. Ion swallowed. From them? Yes. The world held its breath. Then, a voice. Not spoken. Not heard. Felt. Conflict reassessed. Ion's eyes widened. Enemy classification unstable. He looked at Lucky. What does that mean? Lucky didn't answer. Because it didn't know. The voice continued. Engagement protocols invalid. Continuation probability unacceptable. Ion's heart pounded harder. They're stopping, he whispered. The sky shifted. Ships, hundreds of them, began to turn. Not toward Earth. Away from it. No way, Ion breathed. Lucky stood completely still. This outcome, it said slowly, was not predicted. Ion let out a stunned laugh. Yeah, no kidding. Above them, the war ended. Not with fire, not with victory, but with a single impossible truth. That the enemy could be human. The silence felt unreal. For days, Ion kept expecting it to break. A distant explosion. A streak of fire across the sky. The low, mechanical hum of virile ships returning to finish what they started. But nothing came. The sky remained empty. People began to emerge slowly, from bunkers, from ruins, from the broken skeletons of cities they once called home. At first, they moved like ghosts. Cautious, uncertain, waiting for the illusion to shatter. But it didn't. The war was over. No final battle. No victory speech. No explanation anyone could understand. Just silence. Ion stood on the rooftop of the collapsed building, staring out across the horizon. The city was still broken, still scarred, but for the first time in 12 years, it wasn't burning. Feels wrong, doesn't it? He muttered. Behind him, Lucky stood. It hadn't left. Even after the ships turned away. Even after the signal ended. It stayed. Conflict cessation is unfamiliar, Lucky replied. Ion glanced back at it. That's one way to put it. He turned forward again. So what now? A pause. Your species will recover. Ion let out a soft laugh. Eventually. His expression faded slightly. What about yours? Lucky didn't answer immediately. We will adapt. Ion nodded slowly. Yeah, sounds about right. The wind moved gently across the rooftop, carrying dust and the faint echoes of distant voices. People calling out, searching, finding each other again. Life. Returning. Ion leaned against the edge, arms resting loosely. You should go, he said after a while. Lucky remained still. Affirmative. But it didn't move. Ion smirked faintly. You're really bad at leaving. I am uncertain. Ion blinked. That word again. About what? Lucky stepped closer. About classification. Ion frowned slightly. What do you mean? Lucky looked at him. You are not enemy. You are not ally. Ion raised an eyebrow. Then what am I? A pause. Longer this time. Unknown. Ion huffed a quiet laugh. Yeah, that sounds about right. Silence settled between them again. But it wasn't uncomfortable. Not anymore. When you transmitted, Ion said after a moment. What exactly did you tell them? Lucky's gaze shifted slightly, as if recalling something. I reported contradiction. An entity that chose preservation over termination. An outcome that could not be modeled. Ion looked down at the ruined streets. And that was enough? Yes. Ion shook his head slightly, disbelief still lingering. All this time, he murmured. We thought the only way to win was to fight harder. He glanced back at Lucky. Turns out, we just needed to confuse you. Lucky didn't react immediately. Then, you did more than confuse. Ion's smile faded slightly. Yeah. Lucky stepped closer. Close enough now that Ion could see the faint patterns beneath its skin. Steady calm. You introduced a concept we could not counter. Ion held its gaze. Which is? A pause. Kindness toward an enemy. The words settled between them. Simple. Heavy. Ion exhaled slowly. That ended a war. It made the war illogical. Ion let out a quiet breath of laughter. 12 years, he said softly. And that's all it took. The wind shifted again. Far above, a faint glimmer appeared. Ion noticed it. You're right, he asked. Lucky turned slightly, looking up. Yes. Ion nodded once. Figures. Silence stretched. One last time. You'll tell them about this? Ion asked. Yes. About me? Lucky looked at him again. About you. Ion smirked faintly. Make me sound cooler than I am. That would be inaccurate. Ion laughed. A real one this time. Fair enough. The light above grew brighter. Descending. Ion stepped back slightly. Guess this is it. Lucky didn't move. For a moment, Ion thought it might say something more. Something important. Instead, it stepped forward and placed its hand lightly against Ion's chest. Ion froze. A soft warmth spread through him. Not heat. Not energy. Something else. Acknowledgement. Lucky said quietly. Ion swallowed. Yeah. Lucky stepped back. Then, without another word, it turned and walked into the light. The glow intensified, then vanished. Gone. Ion stood alone on the rooftop. The sky was empty again. But this time, it didn't feel like loss. It felt like something new. He looked out over the city one last time. We're still here, he murmured. And for the first time, that felt like enough.